Here's your car. Well, this is my car? My yellow car is way nicer than this. What, no faith? Well, I had faith in my RX8s until this thing showed up. Pop the hood. HKS catback exhaust? No sh. See, what I tell you, sometimes you have to buy a whole RX8 just to get one good part. Well, I retract my previous statement. This looks like it could be a great donor car for the hybrid. Every time he mentions that dumb engine, he just disappears. What is up, Rad Potential YouTube? I'm Mr. Rad. Just got out of witness protection. Sometimes you mention that stupid hybrid, and then everything gets all fuzzy. So as you can see, there's another Mazda RX-8 here. It's yellow. It's not the same yellow one. Don't worry. 130.5 horsepower. I don't think we could actually crash the other yellow one. So this car, I picked it up for the sole reason of another project, not the actual hybrid RX-8 project, but I needed a complete RX-8 in order to finish it. So it's behind the camera. Y'all can look in the reflection of this car, see if you can see it, but basically we're going to go just like old school hunter on this thing, and we're going to take every single part off of this car that we can use, and then we're pretty much just going to get rid of the shell. So this car cost me 2 pairs of RX-8 seats, and it came with a whole slew of RX-8 parts. So some intakes, an alternator, a starter, huge win, lower intake, engine harness, which we're going to need, an air pump, which I'm going to throw away. Looks like there's an AC compressor down there, which is super nice. It's got a wing and all sorts of fun Pirates of the Caribbean barnacles on it. This taillight's not bad. That one's full of water. It's a pretty typical parts RX-8. The only thing on the front left that's missing, that like kept it from rolling off the trailer and we had to pick it up with the tractor and get it off the trailer, is it's missing a lower control arm. I don't know why somebody would buy a lower control arm used for an RX-8, because literally on Rock Auto you can just buy them new and they come with new bushings and ball joints and everything in them, so why not buy that? But it's got a mint black leather interior just like my yellow one. Dash is cracked, which is normal. It's pretty much complete. I don't think a lot of the stuff on the inside's been taken out. Obviously the column surround probably just to make it steer, which it doesn't steer, so that's a huge win. But nice rear seats. It's got a good headliner in it, which is a win. The sunroof thing isn't too stained up, and it has a sunroof, which is huge, and a home link mirror, which is huge. In addition, I got a transmission for this thing, 6 speeds, and a mint condition condenser, because the condenser for the yellow one got damaged at Southern Ohio Forest Rally. So my green one needs a condenser now, which is going to get this one. And we got to put some stuff on the green car. But the biggest win, let me show you the biggest win. And ultimately is not the reason I bought the whole car. But when I got there and saw this piece, just had to have it. Got it thrown in with the deal for a reasonably fair additional price. So this is an HKS Yasma something something fancy numbers catback exhaust. Check this out. One light polish, guys, and this thing is going to be looking crispy, and it's going to sound way better than the Bumper Melter 9000 on the yellow car right now. So y'all might be asking, what are we going to put the HKS exhaust on? Well, since I'm taking apart my yellow RX-8, which you guys are sitting on right here, and then we've got this motor that I can't talk about right here that's going in it, I needed a car to drive, like on the street, like a daily driver. So the green car has got to fill in the gap of what the yellow car was doing, right? You know, we got to have multiple RX-8s because RX-8s are the superior chassis. So I'm going to put the HKS exhaust on the green car here right now because it's going to sound sick. We're going to polish it up and it's going to be quiet. And then we're going to end up putting the single exit that's on the green car now on the yellow one, because I like the sound of it a little bit better. It's 2.5 all the way out. For an NA rotary, you don't really need much like bigger diameter than that. That's plenty of flow. So we're going to just roll with the single exit on the yellow one, and I can fix the melted bumper stuff. And we can give Charles his exotic speed exhaust back, because ultimately it's a little bit loud for me and a little bit drony, like right when you're driving on the highway. So we got to change that over. But we need to move this one out, pull the green one in, switch the exhaust, install the condenser, and then we'll have nice cold AC in the green car. I think I got to put the AC belt back on it, But other than that, the green one will be ready to rock. So let's give the green one some love, start working on it a little bit, and then we'll put the engine below here in the yellow car, and then the yellow car will be the hybrid. I swear, every time I say that, it's like lag. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. You just lag, gone. World's fastest RX8 hot start. Or I guess cold start because it is cold. It's been a good minute since this thing's really been ran pretty hard, so we'll take this thing for a rip here at the end of the video with the new exhaust for sure. This is the HKS exhaust after I polished it. Cleaned up these old stainless mufflers a little bit. Looks a little bit better. I mean, we're going to put it under the car and forget about it, but that's okay. Looks pretty good. I had to do some surgery on this flange right here because one of the studs was broke off in it, so we just drilled that out, collapsed the stud on itself, and then hammered it out. I'll just nut and bolt it. It'll be just fine, and I'll forget all about it and never take it apart again, probably, you know? It's a future Mr. Rad problem. It's been a hot minute since I've been under the back of this thing. Let's just get all the cobwebs out of here. Looks like I was smart though when I left the rubber hangers in here. Most likely because they are mega inconvenient to get off. So smart me, left these in here. This is my custom single exit exhaust that I built, which in theory should come out of here pretty easy, I think. One of these days I'm gonna get me one of those fancy exhaust hanger removal tools, but for now we're just gonna suffer together. Is best way, probably this way. I'm just gonna refocus on this one over here for now, maybe. Ouch. Yes, hammer on my hand. We never liked this exhaust anyways, right? Just kidding, this exhaust sounds good. Ow! We got it started. That's a win. Whose idea was it to put all these hangers on here? Ooh, baby. How about that? We can say goodbye to the lightweight Super Miata exhaust. So this is a Miata ND, the newest one. Racing Beat race muffler that you could buy. I found it on Marketplace for dirt cheap and was like, it's a Racing Beat muffler, it's got to be pretty quality. Turns out it works really well. So the tip, the hook, this part is all factory. I cut it apart and added it to a stock like mid-pipe section thing and put it on the car. So this is actually super light. I would say probably like 10 pounds, maybe 15 pounds. Now I'm going to replace that little baby exhaust with the big beefy HKS dual beast mode catback. Clean the cobwebs out of the back of this thing. You know, one of these days, guys, you guys keep commenting on these videos, sharing them with your friends. We'll be able to get a lift in the shop. But for now, we're still working off the ground because, come on. It's building the hybrid engine is more important than a lift for right now. This is where this jack exhaust falls off the floor jack, smashes into the ground, and dents itself real bad. Also, you know, every video now on, since we're in witness protection mode, we're wearing Hawaiian shirts because we're on the beach in our mines. You guys got to comment every video who likes, or comment every video on which Hawaiian shirt you think is the best as we go. Looks good. I mean, do we really need the exhaust hanger in the middle? It's just a pain to get off. I don't know that we need it. I think with the quad hangers in the back, we're gonna leave that one off for now. Who knows? This exhaust might come back off soon for like a turbo REW swap. Can never be too prepared for future Mr. Rad making his life easier, like maybe a lift, instead of doing the worm out from under the car. Something very interesting. That tip sticks out further than that tip. Looks like the whole exhaust is bent this way. Not a huge deal, but this side is definitely going to melt my plastic piece a little bit, so we'll just deal with that. Beggars can't be choosers. It's still an HKS catback, and we're still going to fire this thing up and see how it sounds. In the shop, fire up of the 95 PSI compression with bad coils and ignition RX8. Come on, girl, stay running for me, stay running. This thing sounds pretty good, I think. Man, stock RX8s are so quiet. Just RX8s in general are so quiet. Exhaust leaks? Oh, no exhaust leaks even. Nice. Honestly, I'm fired up for a quieter daily driver after driving the yellow one with that exotic speed, super loud exhaust. Oh yeah, I think this thing's gonna be nice. Now I just gotta fix my air conditioning. No. Yep, that's what I thought. And this one too. Maybe. Oh yeah. That one will come out. The amount of dirt that is in that condenser is insane. But the amount of protection that that busted condenser provided for my radiator at the racetrack, unquantifiable. We got the condenser from the new parts car, which has broken bolts in it and is whatever, but assuming it doesn't leak, it should be just fine. So y'all might wonder, how do you make a condenser with broken bolts work on your RX8? Well, you just put the lines in and then you safety wire the line in. So the O-ring stays down there, put some safety wire around this, which I'll show you, and then they work mint. When you're putting your air conditioner pulley on, there's actually a big spacer that's supposed to go behind here that I had lost, so I had to go find one, but we're all good. We got a crusty belt I found in the trunk of the parts car, and we should have AC in this thing shortly. It has been a minute since I've driven this car, let me tell you. For a rad potential shop charge AC job, this ain't too bad. It's like what I'm gonna call Luke cold. Exhaust is a little rattly, but we'll run it. Something could have came apart inside one of the mufflers. Oh, I forgot. This one has race car brakes. And the battery isn't mounted in the back. So let's not launch a battery across the back of it. Oh, it died. Don't die again. Come on. Oh, it sounds like I got a little exhaust leak. Wonder if I have an exhaust leak or if something's actually messed up in the muffler. And then again, this car's always had that little like tinny note to it, so who knows? Sounds better than the yellow one, that's for sure. The reason it keeps dying when you oh, I'm gonna scrape for sure. Oh, I didn't. When you change the battery in your car or it sits for too long, the learns will just unlearn themselves. So that's why when I clutch in, it dies, especially now that I've got the air conditioning on. So what I probably ought to do is just do an ECU reset really quick, and then we should be pretty much good. I'll fire it up. But like, what you really don't want to do is what I'm doing right now, which is start the car, drive the car. You really want to first start the car, let it idle, and it'll learn its idle better if you just let it sit there for 10 minutes than if you like go try to drive it like I am. So we'll have to start over. It made that noise before. I bet there's something back there rattling. Hear it? Like this one's kind of always done that. The green car has, so it might not be the HKS muffler. Gotta keep an eye on my battery. I didn't even bring a bungee cord. Sounds good. We're gonna have to go back to the track in the RX8. Like, trust me guys, this car's not fast. It is literally the slowest car in a straight line ever. It's faster than the yellow one, that's for sure. But it's definitely not like turbo first gen, turbo REW, the whole deal. But what this car does do is it handles freaking amazing. So to be able to have like not driven it for basically, I don't know, a year, jump back in it and pretty much be ready to go. Don't die on me. Stay, 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 stay. See, this is terrible for the learn, for me to be hitting the throttle pedal to keep it running. There, it died. Anyways, to be able to jump back in this thing and it just flat get it, love it. Honestly, the exhaust sounds really good. It's very quiet, no drone. The rattle is a little annoying, but that's probably just something not affixed properly versus something in the muffler. At least I'm just going to tell myself that and then never, worry about it too much again. So, anyways, we're going to rip back through here, and that's going to be the end of the video. Stoked to drive the green one. All right, here we go. Let's get back through it. Try not to lose our battery. Alright, with that guys, thank you so much for watching today's video. Stoked to rip the green RX8. Happy to have got that yellow car. Also stoked to have met the guy that I bought the yellow car from. Him, his family, super nice family, super good people. It just goes to show there's plenty of other good people out there in the world. So get out and enjoy your Mazda RX8s. It's the summer. We're back in the green one a little bit. Probably still going to try to rent assist turbo this car. If not, just do an REW turbo. So let me know in the comments below what you think we should do with this. If you just want to see it... Oh, it died again. If you just want to see me go back to the track, we'll drag Calvin along and put him in this thing and let him have at it at the racetrack. So stoked that you guys are watching the video. Stoked the channel's growing. Just stoked for the future. With that, thank you so much for watching. Keep it rad. We'll see you in the next one. Please start. Oh yeah. Start, and it lived. We're getting closer. Getting closer to it being happy. Tell ya, I don't know why this thing backfires on the shifts, but it sounds rad.